as we look for the green flag at the cone in turn number 4. It's in the air. We're underway. Robert Horn Ford Bombers barrel off into turn number 1. Going to be 8-lap heat races here tonight for the Bombers. See Aaron Collier already going topside. Going to work his way around Varney. Also pull up side by side with Bomber Don. Don Burner in the number 14 machine. Papa Smurf, we come around these parts. They stay side by side with Collier on the outside. Burner down low. Those two drivers going to be cars to keep an eye on as the 515 Bickies lost a little bit of slip of the grip off of turn number 4. Now going to lose the lead to Don Burner. He'll do a little mini slide job. I guess Bombers can do slide jobs. In turn number 1, come off of turn number 2, your race leader by 4 car lengths with 515 Bickies in second. Now Aaron Collier going to look down to his inside. Jaden Pope's driving that old car. That was the 51R that Ross Krajak drove for several years out here at Arizona Speedway. Jaden Pope's purchased that car and see a little puff of smoke now starting to come out from underneath the number 17 of Pope. So he still rides around that 4th position just behind Aaron Collier in that 3rd spot. As Collier will break ranks and look to the inside of the 515 Bickies. They work their way down the back straightaway. Bickey's still hanging on that spot. Went all the way up to the top side of the track that time. About made contact with the wall. Turn number 3, going to hang on to that 2nd position by about a car length and a half over the 8UD of Aaron Collier. As Bickey's still in that 2nd spot. Might have found something there in turn number 3. Tried the same exact line in turn number 1. And look at that, pulling away from Aaron Collier in the 8UD. As Don Burner, he is the man out front by about 15 car lengths right now. That number 14 machine running some incredible laps is Don Burner, a 23.288 that last lap time at the line. Second best was a 24.105. That laid down by Aaron Collier, who just took second away from Bickey's. So move Collier into that 2nd spot. Bix now into the 3rd position, and Pope's going to look to his inside, try to make Bix down to take Bix down to the 4th spot. As Varney still rounds out your top 5. Jace Canoopel had a little bit of an issue in turn number 3. Bout made contact with the wall in that 72. I think it might be a right front flat on the 72 machine of Canoopel as he's just trying to limp this thing home. We'll see if he makes that hard right into the pits. Nope, looks like he's just going to try to limp it around on the top side of the racetrack. Flat right front for the 72 of Canoopel, a former track champion here at Arizona Speedway. As Don Burner, the man out front, showing the way here with 2 laps to go. We'll be looking for the white laundry this next time by the line. Jason Rominger working the flag stand here tonight. And he has the white flag in air, just getting ready to distribute it. As the 77 of Hummel and Canoopel went side by side off of turn number 4, right as Don Burner caught up to their back bumpers. And Don Burner will take that white flag as he is out front off of turn number 2. Full straightaway advantage he has over the 8UD of Aaron Collier. Bomber Don, very fast, hot rod all year long here in the 2021 season. Coming out of retirement and just whooping them. Here with a checkered flag here in heat race number 1. And second will be Aaron Collier. Battle's heating up for that 3rd spot, though. It's not done yet between Bix and Popes. Now will be done. Bix across the start-finish line in the 3rd position. Popes to 4th. Looking for the green out the cone. It's in the air. We're underway, and it will be James Guile taking that top spot over Jared Nicola, who pretty much has the anchor fall out of his car right now, blocking up Rick Hughes and John Gary as Jacob Mappin, that 28, was able to sneak around the outside of everybody. Here comes Colby Olivet. They go 3 wide off of turn number 2 for that 3rd spot, and see Nicola and Gary make a little contact as well in that 515 and 87 as it's James Guile out front. He'll lead the field off of turn number 4 and lead lap number 1. Jacob Mappin will follow close behind in the 2nd position. He's going to follow the tire tracks of your race leader, James Guile, as they enter turns 1 and 2. Guile will lead him off of turn number 2 by about a car length now over the 28 of Mabbott. 5 car lengths behind them is Colby Olivet, who shot out like a rocket that opening lap as well. Started way back inside of row number 3 and got around the 3 cars he did on the outside coming off of turn number 2. So you see Olivet right now starting to reel in the 28 of Jacob Mabbott, who's still about 2 car lengths now behind your race leader, James Guile, in the 1776. So it's Guile out front, followed by Mabbott, then it's Olivet, as John Gary is in that 3rd spot. 4th is Rick Hughes, your pole sitter for this heat race number 2, and the 5150 is Jared Nicola. And right now he is bringing up the rear in that 6th spot. Appears to be off the pace just a bit. We'll see if anything's down on his car. Looks like all tires are up, good to go, but has his hands full with handling in that 5150, just Jared Nicola. As James Guile, he will lead the field off of turn number 4. Able to hold Jacob Mabbitt at bay, and now starting to pull away from that number 28 machine of a Mabbitt by about 5 car lengths. Now does Guile have the advantage over Mabbitt, as Mabbitt right now has the second spot, but we'll see for how long, because Colby Olivet, he is starting to reel him in right now. He was once 7 car lengths behind, now about 4 behind as they come off a turn number 4 here at the halfway point of this heat race. Just past the halfway point, 3 laps to go. Here in this one, it's Guile, Mabbitt, and Olivet, your top 3. John Gary in 4th, Rick Hughes in 5th in the 7 machine. So we look at these drivers compared to the first heat race. Don Berner, man, he was burning them down with the lap times. And here right now, everybody kind of riding around the 23-second bracket. Jacob Mabbitt was your fastest car that last lap, as the white flag will fly for your race leader here off of turn at number 4, James Guile. And once again, Jacob Mabbitt fastest on the racetrack, as James Guile has the race lead off of turn number 2. Going to try to sneak past the slower car, the 5150 of Jared Nicola. With Jacob Mabbitt in second, Guile will do just that, and he can stretch his legs going into turn number 3 off of turn number 4. It will be the 1776 of James Guile winning heat race number 2 here this evening at Arizona Speedway. Jacob Mabbitt comes home in second. Colby Olivet third. Fourth, little battle heating up. It will be John Gary over Rick Hughes. All right, looking for the green flag at the cone. Caden Brigner, Brian Hyatt on the pole. It's in the air. We're underway. And Ben Sabowski going to take over that second spot. Very fast high, right, that number 11, that yellow car. Can't miss it there, the Ben Sabowski. He's going to look to the inside. That white 4H, Brian Hyatt trying to take over the race lead, going into turn number 3. They stay side by side through 3 and 4. Sabowski down low, Hyatt up top. Off of turn number 4, Hyatt has the advantage, and he'll hang on to the lead over Sabowski. Sabowski, though, still right there on the inside of the 4H. Brian Hyatt also got the 28 JR of Branson Lacey behind Hyatt by about a car length. Now Lacey's going to look to the inside of Hyatt as Sabowski does sneak by off of turn number 2. He'll drive away from this battle for second now. It's going to be Hyatt out on the outside, Lacey on the inside. As for this heat, for this heat race, all 6 cars right now pretty much bunched together in a group. It's led by Ben Sabowski. Then it's going to be Brian Hyatt in second. Now side by side for third, Jacob Strite to the outside of Lacey. He'll take over that third spot. Here comes Ross Krajak as well in the 16B to the outside of Lacey as they go side by side into turn at number 3. Krajak not done. Looks to the inside of Strite. Didn't have anything for him though off of turn number 4. Out front, no change. Ben Sabowski with lap time of 23.633. Fastest car on the racetrack right now to Brian Hyatt in 24.306. As Russ Krajak was the fastest or second fastest car on the track that last lap. Right now running around the 4th spot, his 16B. He's going to look to the inside of Strite now off of turn number 4. See if he can't pull up side by side with him. Can't quite do it yet. As about a half car length behind the number 13 machine of Strite. As Brian Hyatt, Strite, Krajak, Lacey all follow each other's tire tracks through turns 1 and 2. And it's Krajak almost gave a little shot to the backside of the 13 of Strite. Definitely made a little contact with him there. Strite trying to avoid getting to the back bumper of the 4H of Brian Hyatt. And Krajak's like, hey, man, we got to go. So that's 16B. He can catch him, but so far has not been able to pass him. Still one of the fastest cars on track. And that 16B is Ross Krajak. He's going to get a heck of a run off of turn number 2 now. It was about 2 car lengths behind the 13 of Strite. Now he came about half a car length here. But as he plays around with him, here comes Branson Lacey to the outside of Krajak as Jacob Strite still cannot get past the 4H of Brian Hyatt for second. Now it's going to be Strite looking to the outside of Brian Hyatt as they enter turn at number 1, off turn number 2. Strite going to get a full head of steam this time off of turn number 2. Can he pull up side by side with him? Does get a nose on him as they go into turn number 3 around the outside. Jacob Strite trying to take over second as the white flag comes out for Ben Sabowski. He's walking away with this one. So he comes off of turn number 2. The battle's still on for the second spot. It's Hyatt who's going to hang on to it at the line with one more lap to go with Strite, Lacey, and Krajak now rounding out your top 5. Ben Sabowski, he'll come off of turn number 4 and win heat race number 3 as Jacob Strite down the inside of Brian Hyatt. He'll sneak past for second as now here comes Branson Lacey and Krajak as well off of turn number 4. A little contact made. Hyatt got bent out of shape and will be Strite coming home in second, followed by Hyatt, Lacey, Krajak, and Brigner.